Freedom is the absence of necessity, coercion, or constraint in choice or action.
Is that where we aim into America? With the new care of Obamacare, will you be able to choose your doctor, your medicine, what procedure you want to have perform it on your surgery or anything? Or they will tell you what is good for you and what they will offer you, you have to take. Freedom of choice or freedom of action. Last part, we're going to talk about freedom from the dictionary. The dictionary said,
freedom is liberation from slavery or restraint or from the power of another. Independence.
We're losing our independence in America. We're literally are going to be tied with ropes, and we have to do this because this is the only choice you have. Watch what the government is doing in America today. They literally will tell you what kind of equipment you should have in your house. How big is the TV you can run in your living room? And what temperature should your house will be? And what kind of food you can eat? What kind of drink you can drink? And you can have this. This is losing our freedom. That's not what freedom is about. What does the Quran teach about freedom? Very important question. As I work in my translations of the Quran with lots of help, people help me from all over the world. As a matter of fact, some of these people were Muslim doctors and Muslim imams who became a Christian. But as I work through this translation of the Quran, we read the Quran exactly 26 times. We just keep reading one more time. Make sure that every sentence has been translated right, every word put in the right place, and the comma and the period and the dot and the capital letter and the not capital. I mean, we read the Quran 26 times. As I read the Quran in 4 years, I never found the word freedom exist in the Quran. What does the Quran teach about freedom? There's no freedom in the Quran. The word hurriya, which freedom in Arabic language, never exists in the Quran. But Muslims in America say, we believe in freedom. We love America. We love the freedom of America. Is that true? Is that what Muslims really believe? Is that what the Quran teaches? That they should love our freedom? And I'll show you a picture in a minute here, which is this picture will speak for another, not 1,000 word, but a 10,000 word, that Islam and freedom don't fit together. It's like water and oil. Don't mix together. But the word free man or free woman exists in the Quran. And let's look at just a few verses of what the Quran teaches about free man or free woman. For example, in chapter 2, verse 178, the Quran said,
O you who have believed, retaliation is decreed on you for the murdered, the free man for the free, and the slave for the slave, and the female for the female.
Retaliation, revenge. See, we don't use a court system in Islam. You go to a judge and you have a jury to say, this person commit a crime, he must be put to death. No. If somebody commit a crime against you, you revenge equal to what damage happened to you. If I killed a slave of some free man, they don't kill me because I'm a free man. They pick up one of my slaves and they kill him. If I kill somebody's wife, they don't kill me, the free man, but they pick up my wife and kill her. And that's what we call barbaric way of life. That's why when the Shia blow up a Sunni mosque, the Sunni go back and blow up a Shia mosque. And they're obviously innocent people in both mosques. But since they lost a mosque, they have to revenge equal to what they have lost, and they blow up another mosque from the other denomination of Islam. That is the way of life in Islam. Retaliation. But notice what the word said here. The free man for the free. That is one verse in the Quran talk about free man, not a slave. How about this next verse? Chapter 4, verse 25. The Quran says,
And whoever among you who cannot marry the free believing women, so have sex with those whom your right hand possesses from your young believing girls.
Free believing woman. To marry a free believing woman, you have to pay a dowry. And that dowry is expense, it's money, it's camels, it's gold. And if you cannot afford to marry a free believing woman, then you can have sex, not marry, but have sex with unlimited number of slaves. Here is another verse in the Quran talk about the word free woman. How about 492?
And whoever kills a believer by mistake will be bound to free a believer's neck from slavery, and the blood money will be paid to the family of the slain unless they convert it into alms.
If a Muslim man by accident kill another Muslim man, he is the punishment, or he is bound to free a slave, a believer slave. Which, by the way, all these verses teach us that there is slavery in Islam. But here is the word, you have to free, if you kill a believer, you have to free a believer. That's the word free. But you could not find the word freedom as we understand freedom in the scripture in the Holy Bible. There is no freedom in Islam. Freedom once I longed for. And here I can share with you for hours about the struggle Christian lives through in all over the Muslim world, not just in Egypt. And I know all the time the media here, when they talk about Islam and struggle and Sharia, Islamic law, they always talk about Saudi Arabia. Well, they cannot build a mosque in ground zero because we cannot build a church or synagogue in Mecca. Excuse me, where else we can build a church? Can you build a church in Egypt? Can you build a church in any Muslim country? We should say, as long as Christian cannot build a church in all over the 57 Muslim country, Muslims should not build a mosque in America. But you say, oh, Mecca is like, this is the only place you cannot build a church. I had a very hard time in Egypt. Christians in Egypt suffer every day because they are Christian. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter if you're riding the bus, riding the train, or going to some business, or going to buy some bread, or going to buy some fruit or some vegetables. Just to enter to any business and you don't say the Muslim greeting, Assalamu alaikum, people immediately knows that you are not a Muslim. And we Christian in Egypt do not use the Muslim greeting, Assalamu alaikum, but we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And there you have a different treatment just because you're not a Muslim. We are persecuted all our life. And I wish I have a time to go through all what Christian goes through in Egypt for being a Christian, living in our own country, Egypt, the Christian nation, which used to be until Islam came and took over our country and invaded our life. Then I'll go to this wonderful picture and notice what the man holding in his hand. Freedom, go to hell. Why do you think this man hates freedom this bad? He wants freedom to go to hell. What's wrong with freedom? And then there's this picture, democracy, go to hell. What's wrong with democracy? Why Muslim hate freedom? Why Muslim hate democracy? And by the way, this picture is not taking place in Saudi Arabia or in Egypt. This picture, hello America, wake up, it's about time to wake up, is in London, England. These are the same Muslim 30 years ago, hold sign, we love freedom and we love democracy. Today, the true picture of Islam are showing to the Muslim, shown from the Muslim who live in Europe to the rest of the world. If we just open our eyes and see what's happening in England. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why this man hate democracy? What is wrong with democracy? Why Muslims from all over the world in Iraq fighting us all the 7 years, they don't want to have Iraq to be a democracy. They don't want to have democracy in Iraq. Why? Because it stands against Islam. We don't understand this in America because we have not read the Quran, which does not teach anything about freedom, and we have not read the Hadith, Muhammad saying.